Hey guys, this is Julian here. Thanks for listening to the Current Era podcast. I really appreciate it. Today I have a movie review or preview, I should say, for 2019. I have my friend Mandala on. We talk about all the big movies coming out this year, from Star Wars to Toy Story to Lion King to the Avengers. Yes, sir. That's probably the movie I'm most looking forward to. I'm gonna keep this intro real short, guys. I want to get to the pod. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please, if you haven't already, please subscribe. We are on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify. Let's roll it. Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Current Era podcast. I am your host Julian, and today I have another special guest for you guys. I have my old friend Mandala Jones in here. No.
Hey. Hello. That was my kind of Olaf impression from deep cut already. You know it's too early.
Let's bring it back.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So today, guys, I have Mandala on, and today we're gonna talk about some movies that are coming out this year. We're gonna try to go through as many as we can, but obviously we're gonna focus more on the ones that are important, and you all know which ones they are. We're not gonna pretend. But I do kind of want to start with some big movies that are coming out this year from Disney. Disney has a whole bunch, but I want to try to separate them into different brackets. So for me, the main Disney movies that are coming out this year, and of course they came out in the 90s when we were children as animated films, but The Lion King and Aladdin, they're both doing separate remakes. So I want your opinion on, let's start with The Lion King first.
Sure.
How do you feel about the movie? Do you want to see the movie? And how do you feel about it being live action?
Sure. So I definitely want to see The Lion King. It's my second favorite animated movie of all time.
Okay.
It's being Incredibles, but that's a whole other conversation.
Oh, wow.
I'm definitely excited. The cast is what's really got me excited.
Yeah, I agree.
They're bringing back James Earl Jones to be
Mufasa.
Hold on, I gotta pull it up right here.
They got Donald Glover as Simba. They got Beyonce as Nala.
Beyonce. Yeah. Okay. I'm in the Beehive, so that's important to me. Let me see. We got Whoopi Goldberg is playing Sarabi.
Yeah.
So
Wasn't that one of the hyenas?
no, Sarabi is Mufasa's wife.
Oh, that's right. Okay. She played one of the hyenas in the
I'm
animated
sorry.
film.
She's playing Shinzi. I'm sorry.
Okay, and that's one of the hyenas.
Yes.
Okay, I was about to say, like, why would she do that?
Yeah. I'm really excited for this. One of the things though that's kind of weird to me is that they're calling it live action when it's completely digitally animated. How do you feel about like the CGI versus live action take on movies? Like,
Well, so did you see Jungle Book, the live action movie?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, so
Jon Favreau, he's doing this too.
Yeah. So I think it'll be more like that, where I mean, in Jungle Book they had a digital Shere Khan, they had a digital Kaa, they had a digital Baloo. So obviously there's no humans in this movie, so to be 100% digital, like you said, but the digital characters in the Jungle Book were so realistic, in my opinion, that I feel like it won't be a huge drop off. I think it'll be visually stunning, actually. I mean, from the little minute and a half clip that we've seen of the film, they tried to do like a shot for shot thing, which I don't know if that was the best way to go, because then you had people insinuating that the entire movie is going to be a shot for shot remake.
Yeah, which is not.
It's not. Yeah. And people need to understand that it's not going to be a shot for shot remake. It's going to be a telling of the story, but it's not going to be, shot for shot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I was more so asking like the fact that it's even called live action when it's fully digitally animated. Do you think it should even be called a live action movie at this point?
Well, yeah, because to me, in my opinion, animation is something like it's cartoony in a way, like it goes on paper. I mean, even if it's completely digital, I consider it to be live action, even though they don't have live characters, quote unquote. But I don't know. I don't have a problem with it being, live action. But what about Aladdin? What do you think about the new trailer that dropped in the characters like Will Smith playing Genie?
Honestly, I'm a huge fan of Aladdin as well, the animated feature, but this one has got me worried, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, and It's just based on what I've seen so far. It looks completely. It just looks so corny. I love Will Smith. Don't get me wrong. He's my favorite actor
Okay.
of all time. He's gonna have a big task, being compared to Robin Williams, obviously.
Yep.
As the genie, and I think I'm not more so worried about him than I am just the direction of the film. Do you know the director of the movie?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, yeah. So based on what I've seen, it just looks very. I feel like you can really get gritty with this. Not obviously it's a Disney movie, but
Right.
they took it like almost like a CW film approach to it. Based on what I've seen so far, I hope I'm wrong. I hope all movies are good. But
Yeah, I hope you're wrong too. Jeez.
but yeah, I'm not. I'm definitely gonna watch it. Like
Yeah.
opening day, I'm talking all this mess. I'm gonna be in the seat opening day.
Okay.
But yeah, how about you? What do you feel about it?
So like Aladdin is my favorite Disney movie, animated film. So I am looking forward to it a lot. Like, and so from the little 30-second clip that we saw, I thought it looked great. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, like I was a fan of it. I mean, people were complaining because Will Smith wasn't blue, and I'm just like, wait, it's a trailer.
Yeah,
relax.
That doesn't bother me.
No, and he even posted about it. Like he is going to be blue in the film, but for whatever reason in that trailer, I think that was supposed to be his human form.
Yeah.
Because Genie doesn't stay Genie through
Yeah,
the entire
exactly.
thing. So, but yeah, man, I'm really excited. I think the film has potential. I think that it can be possibly the biggest film of the summer, even beating Lion King.
Whoa, really?
Just because Aladdin will attract boys and girls. I mean, and
And Lion King won't.
I mean,
Beyonce's in it, right? I'm sorry. Keep going.
I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't, and I'm not saying it's going to be bigger than that. But Lion King, in my opinion, kids for some reason kids are not like hardcore into animals.
Okay.
Because like Frozen was about a Disney princess who could shoot ice, and the movie made $1 billion. It came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Movie made $1 billion.
Okay.
So I mean, I feel like the Jasmine and Aladdin aspect of Aladdin, seeing those characters come to life, seeing a whole new world, seeing that love story, I think it'll mean more to children versus the two lion cubs.
I'd probably say the opposite. I think more so for us, it's appealing to us to see
Well, yeah.
fleshed out characters. But for kids who, if they have to choose between looking at a little lion cub and a little cute little lion cub versus live action, man and woman falling in love, I think they're gonna more so gravitate towards the animals like that. Like the Jungle Book was wildly successful because of that reason. I think like, oh, look at all these cute little animals that kids can watch and not really pay attention to the plot.
See, I think the opposite of that. I
Okay.
feel like Jungle Book was successful because of Mowgli. I
Okay,
mean, he's a little kid in this world, and I felt like that brought a lot of children in to see because they see themselves on the screen. But who knows? I mean, we'll see. I have high hopes for Aladdin because I want it to be good because it's my favorite film.
Honestly,
So
same. I just hope
yeah.
it isn't like Prince of Persia. Like you remember that Jake Gyllenhaal?
yeah, that
Yeah,
was
like it had a similar tone to that to me in the brief little teaser we got. So I hope it's not Prince of Persia like because that's
Yeah.
gonna be terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to judge it fully now. I mean,
Yeah, of course
let's
it is. All
we'll
speculation.
reserve, until we see more. But it comes out in May, which is it's February now, so
Oh,
that's
wow,
in
I
a
thought
few
it came out,
months.
like later. Okay.
Yeah, it comes out in May, so I mean, they got to start showing something. I figured on the Super Bowl they were going to show something, but they didn't. So that's interesting. And I mean, and the last Disney movie I want to discuss is Dumbo. Now, Dumbo is like a super old movie. I saw the movie once.
Same.
And it wasn't that great, but the live action remake they're doing, I don't know, like the trailer kind of like hit my heart. I'm just like, dang, it's kind of sad. Like,
Really?
they got the little baby elephant. He's like, they got the clown face on him. They making him do all these tricks, and
Yeah.
all he want to do is fly, man. So
I'm gonna sound like a pessimist, but this looks trash. As shit. Like, I have zero anticipation for Dumbo to be
yeah,
honest.
I mean, I'm not gonna go see it, but
I'm gonna see it.
Oh no,
Like,
I don't.
Like I'm one of those people who talk trash about movies, but I'm like their first opening night.
Oh, you're the worst kind.
So like I'm gonna see it, but like the CGI looks amazing so far based on what I've seen. But well, how do you feel about Disney just rebooting everything? Like they're going down there, they're going through their vault and just picking this out. Hey, we're gonna reboot it.
Well, that's the and not to put a play on these words, but that's the beauty and the beast of the business.
He did it,
because,
y'all. He did it.
because I mean, if if a film is successful, especially as successful as those films were, there's bound to be sequels that we don't need, and there's bound to be remakes down the road.
Sure.
Like, you know, my biggest fear is that in 20 years they're going to reboot Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter.
Same. I'm a Potterhead.
Thank you. But I have no desire to see them reboot these characters. I don't want to see another Professor Snape. Alan Rickman is Professor Snape. I don't want to see another Harry Potter. Daniel Radcliffe is my Harry Potter. So, but it's going to happen. It happened with Star Wars. They do it every year with 007. I mean, in 20 years, we're going to have new Fast and Furious.
It was a continuation, though.
What, Star Wars?
Yeah, it was a continuation. It wasn't a reboot.
I consider a reboot because they use new characters. I mean, they're in the same universe. They use new characters. Sure, they had, I mean, they're returning 3, but I don't know. I mean, we didn't need the movies, as you know, hugely successful as they are. It's just Star Wars, and that's my point. Because it's that entity, it's going to draw attention and draw money, and that's what the business is about. That's why they make these movies. They don't make them because they care. They make them to make money.
Unfortunately, that's true.
Yeah. So I mean, I get it. If I'm Disney, I mean, why wouldn't I do it? They're going to keep going.
Well, I have a problem when it comes to the creative aspect of it because I saw Beauty and the Beast come out last year. It was wildly successful. Emma
Billion.
Watson. But I was so disappointed leaving the theater. It was a shot-for-shot remake of the cartoon that came out in the 90s. Like, if you're going to do something, if you're going to reboot it, bring something new. It was like literally the same beat for beat as the cartoon. I think they added like one new song.
Yeah.
That the Beast sang. But other than that, I was like, and people were like raving about it. I'm like, the cartoon was better. It did it first, in my opinion.
I mean, stuff like that is just, you know, it makes them feel like they're 5 years old again watching the animated film. So, you know, when it comes to life, it's just it's a new experience, I guess.
But that's a problem. It wasn't new to me.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I mean,
people enjoyed it though.
I mean, that's the problem with Disney owning not only like movies, but they own television. I mean, they're about to own their own streaming service.
Yeah,
Disney has like a monopoly.
Stones.
Yeah, they got all the Infinity Stones. Yeah, that's a good way to put it because they can do what they want without any real repercussions. Because I mean, even if something like Avengers flops, which I mean it won't, but even if it does, I mean they can just release another Star Wars. Exactly. So like
and recoup all that money.
Yeah, like you know they're playing with fire, but not really. Because, I mean, you know, it doesn't matter what they do. But so moving on, man. As far as some other movies I'm looking forward to, I want to kind of go on the horror genre a little bit.
Sure.
So are you a fan of Stephen King?
Yes, I am. Not the books, more so just the movies, the adaptations. Even though some of them have been really bad, the ones that are good are really stand out to me.
Yeah. So this year we have Pet Sematary comes out. I did not read the book, but I've heard good things about it. I know that the movie is supposed to be extremely creepy, even though they've changed a few things from the book. But are you interested in seeing that movie at all?
I am. The trailer actually got me excited for that. And honestly, don't kill me, y'all, but I have not seen the original Pet Sematary movie. But I have an idea about the concept. And, you know, it seemed interesting on the trailer, so I'm definitely going to check it out. I just hope it's more so leaning towards the it side of things, more so than the Dark Tower side of things, because I saw Dark Tower. That's another Stephen King adaptation, and even with Idris Elba, he couldn't even save it. Matthew McConaughey, it's just at that point, it's just more so of a directorial choice. Like, are you giving the studios how much power are you giving the studios over these scripts? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but
you know, and I mean, creatively, Stephen King he's been good in my opinion. Last year or maybe it was last year when It came out, when they remade, they always remake and stuff, but they remade It.
It was 2017.
It was? Okay,
yeah.
2017. Yeah. I actually went to the theater to see it. I had no prior knowledge of what it was about. It was just a scary movie. I saw the trailer. I was like, oh, this looks interesting. So when I went to see it in the theaters, I was shocked to see that it was packed. Like, it was a sold out theater. I mean, it was like a Thursday. I was like, what's happening? And I watched the movie. It was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. And after the movie, I did my research. I was like, okay, you know, this is what it's about. Learning that the novel is way more graphic than the film.
Apparently, they're the turtle who's a god in the novel. So they gratefully they took out some aspects because we don't need a god turtle in the movie.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm glad they made it make some kind of sense. But now this year they're releasing part 2, where the same kids are 20 years older or 27 years, however long he comes out, and I'm really excited to see this movie. It doesn't come out until later in the year, around September, but I know that it should be. First of all, it'll make a lot of money, which is good for the studio. But I think some of the actor choices. I want to say they have Jake Gyllenhaal on there.
No, he's not, I don't see him on there. They got Jessica Chastain. They got James
McAvoy. That's what I was thinking. X-Men.
I'm sorry, yeah. Bill Hader, Bill Skarsgård returning as Pennywise. Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
What do you think of Pennywise as a character? Do you think that just the clown version? Because I mean, technically he's separate iterations of himself. But what do you think is the clown?
I think he's starting. Well, if this Chapter 2 does well, I think he'll be a like iconic villain up there with the Jasons and the Freddys, because he's really putting his stamp on the horror genre. And it was so much Pennywise cosplay after it came out.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, I think if hopefully this is good, he can be lifted up there with the horror greats, the Hall of Fame,
the Michael Myers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Did you see the Halloween remake that came out last year?
Yep, I was disappointed in that as well.
You were?
Yep.
I thought it was so good. I was like, what the heck?
It wasn't a bad movie, but the trailer just made it seem like a perfect direct sequel to the first Halloween.
It was.
Okay, well, that's when opinions come. That's when opinions come.
Okay. Because, and folks, I know this doesn't come out in 2019, but I'm genuinely interested to hear your opinion as to why you didn't like it like that.
Okay. Why didn't I not like?
Oh, wait, hold on. So, to anyone that hasn't seen Halloween, spoilers, but the remake that they made it happens 50 years or after the first Halloween movie. I know there's like 100, but only the first Halloween movie matters in this continuity. So, after you see Halloween 1, 50 years pass, and then this Halloween happens.
Yeah, H2O and all those don't even count.
Yeah.
Like when Busta Rhymes kicked him out the window, that never happened, so that's good. But yeah, no, the movie wasn't a bad movie at all. It's just that the trailer made it seem like the perfect direct sequel, and I had problems with it because I feel like a lot of movies these days are going for the MCU tone of humor, if that makes sense. Like
I hate it. Oh my god.
The MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, has a sense of humor in all their movies that isn't really realistic, but it makes sense for that universe that they've already built. And so a lot of movies these days are taking that formula. Okay, so we're going to input this comedy that would never happen in real life situations, and
I agree.
We're going to interject it into a realistic situation.
Right.
And I saw a lot of that in Halloween, and I saw a lot of that in the Predator that came out last year. The new Predator.
I didn't bother to see that. I knew it was going to be awful.
Like, I mean, I enjoyed watching it, but I just saw so much MCU humor, if that makes sense. And I know that isn't the only factor that made me not like Halloween. Well, not think it was just it's a perfect movie.
Did you have a problem with the plot?
I'm trying to remember.
So like he essentially they tried to transfer him on a bus. That's how he got out. I guess they didn't think that one through. So he got out. He travels back to their original location and he tries to kill her granddaughter.
Sure. No. Okay. No, I didn't have a problem with the plot per se. I liked how they really beefed up Michael Myers in this one too. Like he was really like forced to be reckoned with. Like, you question, is he human? Is he not? Is something supernatural going on here? I liked Michael Myers a lot in the film. It was just more so the decisions that were made, like the evil professor guy who was so obsessed with Michael Myers. Like he just came out of left field to me. Like it's just small things like that to me made it a good movie, but not a great movie, which I really wanted a great Halloween sequel.
Man, I don't know. I wasn't too surprised with that direction because and I know none of these movies mattered, but that's kind of the direction they went in those other movies as far as like, there's these mad scientists and they want to harness the power of Michael Myers and they think he's a deity. So when it happened, I won't say I was surprised, but I wasn't disappointed either. I was like, another crackpot doctor who wants to study Michael Myers because he thinks it's super interesting. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I liked it. I was genuinely surprised. Like I left the theater, I was like, wow, I didn't think that I would like it like that, but it was good.
Okay. I thought so. Yeah, we had opposite like reactions. I went into it thinking I was gonna just love it, and I liked it at the end.
Yeah, and that's something that I try to do. I try to go into all movies with lowered expectations because it's so easy to be let down, especially if you go in thinking that everything's gonna be a 10. and then slowly that 10 starts going from a 9 to an 8.
That's my biggest problem.
Yeah,
like, 'cause I just love movies, so I'm like always excited to see. I'm always thinking they're gonna be the best of the best. Like
Right.
time after time, I think that's why I'm so pessimistic now because I've been let down so many times.
Okay. Okay. So going back to movies that are coming out this year in the horror genre. Jordan Peele, he's back. He's releasing a new movie. Guys, it's not a sequel to Get Out. It has nothing to do with Get Out, bro. There's so much like.
Who said that?
Yeah, like there's just so much on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, just like, yo, Jordan Peele, he's making a sequel to Get Out. No, he's not.
Okay.
This has nothing to do with that movie. But the trailer looks awesome. The concept looks awesome. The actors, I mean, fresh off Black Panther, they have dang, I can't forget.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah. And what's the guy's
The guy who played
M'Baku.
We have watched from the mountains. What's his name?
Yeah, M'Baku.
him.
I follow him on Instagram. I really should know his name. Winston Duke.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
his name. Yes.
Yeah. He's pretty great so far anyway. But yeah, I'm like really excited. It's the movie. It comes out in March. It comes out next month. I'll be there opening night. Can't wait to see it. I'm going in with real low expectations again, just because. Well, did you see Get Out?
Come on now. Come on.
All right. So Get Out was Get Out, like for me, one of those movies that came out of nowhere. I went in that movie again just because, it was a scary movie. I'm a fan of scary movies. So I took my wife, we went to go see it, and I was like, this movie is like amazing.
Yes.
Like I felt like it like stood the test of time. Like when 20, 30, 40, 50 years,
Instant
they're
classic.
they're gonna reference Get Out as one of those movies that made or mark in history. But I can't go into this movie thinking that way just because Jordan Peele has everything to do with it.
And see, unlike you, I cannot help that. I'm going into it like, yeah.
But you're setting yourself up for failure.
I know. I'm ready for it though.
I mean, I have expectations. It has to be good, but I can't go into that theater thinking that it has to be perfect. But from everything you've seen from the movie, how do you think the movie's gonna go? And are you excited to see it at all?
Yeah, so like you, I'm super excited. It's my second most anticipated movie of the year behind Endgame. Mm-hmm. And I trust Jordan Peele, even though he's only put out one thing. I trust this man with my life at this point. I feel like he's becoming, even with the Key and Peele sketches, he's always been good at a good twist. He's like the new Shyamalan, the Black Shyamalan.
Okay.
So I just can't wait to see what the twist is. I know it's gonna have one, and it's gonna catch all of us off guard. And I feel like the clues are gonna be there from the beginning.
Right.
And I'm super.
Everybody's gonna overanalyze it on Twitter and Instagram.
Definitely. Yeah, I'll be one of those guys. Yeah. And I can also just from the point of like just an African American, like this is monumental. Like to see. Well, it's not out yet, but I know it's gonna be just a good horror thriller with a black cast.
Yep.
And that's just so important to me. Representation really does matter. Like,
of course it does. Yeah, that's why so many people were excited to see Black Panther. I mean, I'm willing to say 90% of the 100% of people that saw that movie had no idea who Black Panther was. He was just a black superhero.
Yep.
So going into the film, one of the reasons why I think it was so successful was because of the representation. I mean, because of Wakanda, because everybody was black, but they did so well in representing that culture. Exactly. And that's what people wanted to see. So I know Jordan Peele's going to do right. I know that, they're going to have a lot of representation in that film. I'm so excited. Like you, I think it's probably my second or third most anticipated film of the year. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. So the big movie this year for everybody is Endgame, Avengers Endgame. So this is 10 plus years of build up. This is it.
Yes.
This Iron Man, Thor, Cap, Hulk. This is it.
The original 6 are gonna. You notice that? Like the original 6 are the ones that are remaining. Yeah.
Oh, I noticed.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, I noticed.
And Ant-Man for some reason, so I think he's gonna play a big role.
So did you see Ant-Man 2 or Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Julian Vargas. I've seen every
Okay, good.
iteration of any Marvel movie has ever come out. Thank you very much. So let's get that out of the way real quick.
All right, okay. So let's just catch everybody up. So obviously, spoilers. If you haven't seen Infinity War, then you shouldn't be listening to this podcast. But Avengers: Infinity War, snap, half of the population is gone. Right. Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out. At the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, They go into the quantum realm. Ant-Man seemingly gets stuck in the quantum realm. Snap, everybody's gone. So in the trailer, they show that Ant-Man's alive. They showed that for a reason. I don't know if, and obviously Captain Marvel, which is what we'll get into in a little bit, but I don't know how them two are going to play into this because supposedly Captain Marvel has some type of time control power, right? Ant-Man can go into the quantum realm, and we don't even know what that really is yet. I mean, obviously it's like some space in between space and time, but I mean, is it the past? Is it the future? Like, how did he get out? So, like, what are your opinions on that? First of all,
Opinions. I interpret the quantum realm as just a universe that's super, like, within our own. It's just super minuscule. I don't really look at it as in the past or the present or the future.
Okay, so you think it's in the current?
Yeah, it's just a super small universe within itself. So I think he's gonna get out the same way he got out in part 1 of the quantum realm. He grew himself. You know what I'm saying? You remember at the end of Ant-Man 1 when he was trapped and he's going forever and he grew himself. So I think maybe a little bit more complicated than just him doing that same method again, but something along those lines. But I think the quantum realm is going to play a major role in Endgame.
Agree.
It was way too much of a focus point in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like every other word was quantum in that movie. Quantum this, quantum that. So I think it's going to play a huge role. And what do you think about okay, so Rocket's left behind too. Do you think he's going to have a major role, if not any, in Endgame?
Who was he with? Was he with Iron Man and
Rocket?
Nebula?
No, remember he was in Wakanda. And
That's right. He came with Thor.
Yeah.
When Thor came, he came with Thor.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really see Rocket having a huge role. I mean, his entire team got killed. So, I mean, I guess,
curious,
I mean, I guess in that aspect, he'll have a role just because there's going to be some Guardians of the Galaxy presence there. But I don't really care. Yeah, like, I mean,
that's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
like, I don't care about them. I mean, the people I care about, obviously, is Captain America, Iron Man, Thor. I mean, those are the guys, you know.
And so I'm sorry. Rest in peace to the raccoon that Rocket was. No, seriously, this is a real thing. The raccoon that Rocket was based off of, his design has passed away recently. He was 10 years old. So
Okay.
let's just have a moment.
R.I.P. No, I'm not having a moment of silence.
Okay.
It was a raccoon.
Okay. Yeah.
Why do you even know that? That doesn't make.
What? That matters. Okay.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
Okay. Anyway, so let's do a quick head count. So the people that are alive that we know of, Iron Man and Nebula are on Thanos' world. The people on Earth and still at Wakanda are Thor, Hulk. Was Black Widow? She's still alive.
Yeah.
Michonne's character, I can never remember her damn name.
Okoye.
Okoye.
And then we got Hawkeye, which is
Well,
under his
but,
new
I
alter
mean-
ego is Ronin now.
Yeah.
From the comics, he's like a no more arrow. It's like
Yeah.
nunchucks or something.
I thought it was like a sword.
Okay, maybe it's sword.
Yeah.
Maybe it's sword.
Should have come out there with some nunchucks
Yeah.
like you Bruce Lee.
It's so hard to make Hawkeye look cool, but they managed to do that in the trailer, I think.
Yeah, but well, I mean, I was going off based of the end of Infinity Wars. I
Yeah.
mean, at the end of Infinity War, we don't even know if Hawkeye is a thing. I mean, but obviously with the trailer of Endgame, we do.
Sure, okay.
And we don't know if Shuri is alive in Wakanda because she could be a huge help if she is. We don't know if I think M'Baku got he got snapped away too.
Like he was a factor in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay, I know.
I'm a Black Panther fan. But yeah, so I mean, essentially the core Avengers are left. You know, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Cap, they're all left. So the movie reportedly, as it stands right now, is 3 hours long. I have zero problem with that.
Zero.
Yeah, I hope they make it longer because I want it to be a complete story. Like this is it. We talked about this is 10, 11 years of build up. So however long they need to make it is however long they need to make it. I don't care. But I'm worried that they have so much to tell, and I don't know if they're going to be able to do every character justice. And for that reason, that leads me to believe that not everybody's going to die or leave. Because, you know, the big thing about these movies is that after all this time, Chris Evans' contract is up. Chris Hemsworth's contract is
Robert
up.
Downey.
Robert Downey Jr.'s contract is up. So everybody thinks that the characters are leaving or they're being replaced. So do you think anybody's going to die, or do you think anybody's going to be
absolutely do.
replaced?
Replaced in terms of it
Like-
makes sense within the canon, like,
Right.
or are they just gonna like, oh,
So Bucky is going to be Captain America
Okay,
now.
okay, that like that. Yeah, I can see that happening. Okay, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so I definitely think major characters are gonna die in Endgame.
Really?
I really do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is a perfect segue into Phase 5, I believe, of the MCU.
Yeah.
Because we're in Phase 4 right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt seeing a lot of our favorites go, obviously.
But that's why they're doing it.
Yeah, this is the build up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and also some of the criticism that in the MCU receives is that there's no stakes. You know? It's gonna be Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3. Like everybody's gonna live.
I mean, they've already announced some of the movies from some of the characters that have quote unquote died.
Exactly. So I think this is gonna subvert a lot of expectations because you're gonna see people get off like, and ain't no snap. Like I'm talking about off. Like so, I'm super excited, worried, anxious, which is what a movie should do. It should give you all these mixed emotions.
Right.
So I'm just super excited for Endgame.
Yeah, I think I think Avengers Endgame has the chance to like smash box office records. Like,
Oh yeah.
everybody wants to see this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as soon as tickets go on sale, I'm gonna buy them that day because that's how like it's gonna be bigger than Star Wars. Like I remember when they made Episode 7 when it came out, like that movie made so much money, but it was so packed. Like I tried to buy tickets the first day and it was sold out in like 30 seconds. I think Endgame is going to have a bigger effect than that. It's going to be crazy.
Okay.
I am so excited to see it. I cannot wait till it comes out April 26th. Please hurry up. But
I'm scared.
yeah, I know, right? But okay, so just keeping track with the Marvel, just so we can have some type of continuity. They made Captain Marvel. Her movie comes out in March, a month before Endgame, and if anybody, well, I'm sure you all saw the end credits of Infinity War, where Samuel Jackson, Nick Fury, sent a little message to her. So the movie's set in the 90s. So who knows how they're going to integrate her character? What are your thoughts on that? Like, how do you think they're going to integrate her into the current timeline?
Sure. I think, it's going to be set in the 90s. And I think somehow at the end, she's going to be stuck in some type of realm or in some
type of
capacity.
cryogenic thing.
Exactly. Where, just in time for Endgame, where, and I don't think she's going to be introduced in the first half of Endgame. I think she's going to come, like, second half of the movie, show up, get all the applause. But I'm really excited for Captain Marvel, too. And I really trust Brie Larson. I like her as an actress. At first, I was hesitant. I was like, Brie Larson? But, yeah, I'm buying, after seeing the trailers and the teasers, I'm buying her as Captain Marvel. How do you feel about her as Captain Marvel?
Well, I have mixed emotions because Captain Marvel, the character, has never been interesting to me. So the fact that they're bringing her along, she's supposed to be the strongest character in the MCU, well, as far as the heroes go. So she's stronger than Thor. She's stronger than Cap.
Is that based only in the MCU, or because in the comics that's not the case?
Well, that's what we've been told by Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige said that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
yeah, I mean she's the strongest character as far as physical strength goes, but she also has these random powers, like the time control one. And we talked about it a little bit earlier, but that can be a huge factor in seeing everybody come back. Who knows how her time control works? I mean, if she can do 5 minutes or whatever. I mean, Dr. Fate couldn't even manipulate time like that. So who knows? I mean, I'm going to see it. Like, I'm not going to front like I'm not going to see it. I'm going to see it.
Duh.
But, I'm not really excited about it.
Wow,
So
really?
maybe that'll make it better.
You're really not excited for that?
No. I'm going to see it just because it's in the MCU and I can't miss any movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm too invested at this point to miss any movies. So I'm going to see it. But, I don't have any expectations for it, to be honest.
Do you think the Wonder Woman comparisons are going to be inevitable?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
But, I mean, that's just because there's only two. There's only two prominent female women characters. So, yeah. But, I mean,
Wonder Woman was, it did amazing. And it did great critically and from audience scores. So, I think it's definitely going up against, Wonder Woman in terms of just like, like you said, two leading female superheroes. It's gonna inevitably it's gonna get the comparisons and it has a lot to live up to because Wonder Woman was great. And Okay, how do you feel about the de-aging tech in that movie? Because you've seen the trailers.
Samuel Jackson,
Yeah, I think Marvel does a great job of de-aging.
Yeah, I mean they did it in Ant-Man with Pym,
yeah.
Hank Pym.
Yeah.
They've done it a few times. I don't mind it.
Okay.
I mean, as long as you don't insult my intelligence with
Exactly. Okay.
it. You know.
Okay.
So I mean, but yeah, I don't mind it at all. I mean, if it makes sense, it fits the story, I'm fine with it. You know, and I don't think they're gonna have it for
Well, Samuel Jackson is
supposed to be like that the whole movie, huh?
yeah. So.
We'll see. Like I said, I have no expectations. I'm not too excited about it, so we'll see. But moving on, so I want to talk about some more movies that I feel are going to be blockbusters. Like these are going to be $1 billion movies.
Let's do it.
So we've already talked about Endgame. Another one I have on my list is Toy Story 4.
Okay.
So I mean, Toy Story 1, 2, and 3. They all did so well. I mean, Toy Story 3 killed at the box office, and it was so good. It was so sad. Of course, I cried at the end. Toy Story 4, I didn't really see it coming. I didn't see a point to them bringing it back. I thought they put a nice bow on the story with Toy Story 3. So what are your expectations for this film, and where do you see it going? Because there hasn't been a whole bunch of details about the film.
Yeah, okay, well, Pixar, when it comes to the sequels, usually they've been lackluster, to say the least. Like I said, Incredibles is my favorite animated movie. Part 2, it wasn't a bad movie at all by any means, but
I didn't like it like that either.
It was definitely a step down from Part 1.
Right.
But with Toy Story, for some reason, the sequels are always,
Spectacular.
They're always spectacular, like you said. So I just fear that Pixar might be milking it when it comes to the Toy Story franchise, because all the merchandise they can sell and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when it comes to Toy Story, their track record is great when it comes to sequels. So I don't think it's going to be a bad movie by any means.
Right.
And I think if they're making a Part 4, and Tom Hanks and Tim Allen and all them agree to it, it's for a reason. So hopefully I think it's going to be really good. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, just recently, the main cast, Tom Allen, Tim, they finished their lines for the film. So
I saw that. Yep.
It comes out in June. We've saw some trailers for it. Key and Peele is in it as two random characters.
Keanu Reeves is in it.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, star power matters.
And
but
also, there's only like a few franchises with 3 great installments. A lot of them get worse and worse as they go on.
Matrix.
Yeah. Can you think of any other franchises besides like Lord of the Rings? And
Star Wars and Harry Potter?
That's it? Well, I'm talking about trilogy.
I mean, the
the first
original Star
trilogy,
Wars
like-
was a trilogy.
No, I'm talking about Harry Potter. You said Harry Potter.
Oh,
You mean
yeah.
like Chamber of Secrets and Prisoner of Azkaban?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because I thought, yeah, I mean, and I don't want to get too deep into Harry
Okay,
Potter
yeah,
talk because
yeah.
that's a whole nother podcast.
For days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I thought that those movies got better progressively. I mean, the books and everything. But listen, don't get me excited, bro.
No, I was saying, what other franchises do you think have a trilogy like that where each one stands on its own, like without? There aren't too many, right?
Yeah, there aren't too many. Not that I can think of off the top of my head anyway.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think my main concern, and obviously I think this movie is going to do great. I mean, it's a movie about toys. Obviously there's going to be a whole bunch of kids that go see it. Kids are the money makers in the movie industry. So it's going to make a lot of money. But my fear is that they're going to, like you said, they're going to sacrifice the story of it just to make the money because they know they're going to make the money.
Exactly.
So hopefully it's good. I actually have great expectations for it. I'm very excited to see it. I don't want to be let down. But
That's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair.
And probably the last one that's gonna make a lot of money off rip. I mean, it's obviously Star Wars Episode 9. It doesn't have a title yet, but so let's back up a little bit. Did you see Episode 8, Return of the Jedi? Wow, The Last Jedi.
Yes, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and that was the worst installment in the franchise, in my humble opinion.
Why didn't you like it?
Oh, Julian. Come on.
I didn't like it either.
How long do we have? Okay. But yeah, it's a plethora of reasons why I hated The Last Jedi.
You hated it? Wow.
Yeah, I literally hated it. The change of directors was it's just so stupid. Like, you need, well, in my opinion, if you're going to have a trilogy, especially one on par of like the greatness of Star Wars, why would you mess up the continuity by bringing 2 directors with their own ideas, their own thoughts? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense. And I think Ryan Johnson purposely undid a lot of what J.J. Abrams laid down and said to the fans, "Screw you guys, this is my take on it."
Yeah.
And Ryan Johnson, to you, you have your own trilogy coming out, your own Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah.
You know, mess up that trilogy. Leave episode 7, 8, and 9 for J.J. Abrams. Let him tell a complete story. Episode 8 had a whole lot of random subplots, characters no one cared about.
The little Asian girl.
Yeah, and I feel bad for her. She had a lot of flack.
Yeah, she did. She got killed.
Yeah, just for the fact that,
she was in it.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't her performance; it's the fact that she was in it.
Exactly. But for example, her side story with John Boyega's character Finn was so unnecessary.
Yeah, it was irrelevant.
When they were on that casino planet, it was just to say, "Hey, Finn's still in the movie and he still plays a role."
I hate that he got relegated to comedic relief.
Oh my god!
Because like in episode 7, I felt like he did a lot more action. Like I was like, oh snap! Like there's a black Star Wars character. Like he's in it. He's a Jedi. Like from the trailers.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he was holding a lightsaber. I was like, let's go. And he got whooped up on and he was put on ice. And then in 8, he was just telling jokes. He was cracking jokes. I'm just like, bruh, what?
Yep. They're trying to do like a love triangle thing with him, Ray, and Rose.
Yeah.
That I have no investment in that. Like I could care less about that. So
what do you think about them killing Emperor Snoke so early?
Spoiler alert. But
listen, if y'all ain't seen the movie, it's on y'all.
That's true. That's facts. Yeah. Once again, another choice by Ryan Johnson I don't understand, but I can't fully critique it until episode 9 comes out because there might be some super reason why.
I mean, but what could there be?
I just said the word super reason, but anyway. Yeah, like I thought Snoke was a super interesting character. It was all these theories. Most interesting theory to me was that he was Mace Windu. Like that blew my head off. Like, but then they just killed him, and without any explaining his backstory, his rise to power. The scars on his face told a story within itself that you could have really gone into, but they might go into detail in episode 9.
No, but they're probably gonna release a comic or something. That's what they do now. Yeah. They release comics to the movies, and you're supposed to read them to find out. Like, I don't want to do that. Yeah. I want you to show it to me in this movie that I'm paying to see. But continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Basically, I was just trashing episode 8. I really don't like it. I don't like Luke's portrayal. I understand he's jaded after his years of being in exile, and he feels responsible for the turn of Kylo Ren. But Luke Skywalker is one of an American hero.
Yeah. He's an iconic character.
Super iconic. And I feel like they
threw him away.
They threw his death was so it was cool, but for that to be the finale, he's fighting a projection. That's the finale of your movie.
Yeah.
So as you can see, I'm getting mad. but I'm still gonna watch episode 9 opening night.
Of course, yeah. Listen, look,
wait, be there in line.
Look, make no mistake, I'm gonna be there.
Be in line, yeah.
But oh man, talk about your expectations, boy. I went to see Star Wars 8 3 times because I
Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Well, bless your soul. I'm sorry.
Listen, but no, I had to because the first time I saw it, I had so many mixed emotions about it, and I didn't want to speak on it because I was like, you know what? Let me give it another chance. So I went to see it a second time. I saw it the second time, and I was like, this is awful. I hate this. And then I was like, you know what? It couldn't have been that bad. I had to have missed something. Let me go see it again, and it was just as awful. So,
but just to the people out there who are mad right now listening to I love The Last Jedi because I know it's a mixed bag. Like people out there, some people really love Ryan Johnson's direction.
Yeah,
y'all are crazy. But anyway, hold on. Okay, do you think the Star Wars franchise is running out of gas? Like, because the Solo wasn't received. It was more of like a neutral movie.
Nobody wanted to see that.
Okay, so do you think it's running out of gas? Like, do you think they're putting out these movies too soon? Like,
yes, yes. So they're killing themselves by putting them out once a year. And when they put out Solo, that was 6 months from the one they put out in December, the prequel to Episode 4. It's about money, and I hate that. I hate it. Ever since Disney got Star Wars, when they bought Lucasfilm, they have this grand plan of releasing 3 new movies. So those 3 new movies have turned into a prequel for Episode 4, the Han Solo movie, and now there's an extra trilogy coming out.
Yep.
Whoa! Pump the brakes.
And the Mandalorian coming out.
Yeah, like let's calm down, man. Like they need to think about the fans. Think about people that, what am I saying? They don't care about the fans. They want the money. Yeah. So it's sad, man. I mean, so going into episode 9, it comes out in December, Christmas time. I mean, I'm gonna be there. I mean, I'm not gonna front on my podcast and act like, oh, I'm not gonna see it because I hated 8. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
I just want it to be so good.
Me too.
Like
but I feel like it's unredeemable at this point, honestly.
You think so?
I feel like 8 ruined the trilogy. In
wow.
my opinion, I feel like it's unredeemable. Like, who's gonna be the big bad in episode 9? Is it Kylo Ren?
Kylo Ren, yeah.
So that's just like we're gonna condense the story to make him the big bad now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Basically.
Like, I mean, it could be good. Okay, but for episode 8, people who love episode 8, I will say this: it had one of the best Jedi fights I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, you talking about the Kylo and Rey fight?
Kylo and Rey teamed up against the guards.
Mm-hmm.
One of the most aesthetically pleasing, raw, like
with the music and everything. It was lit.
That was an amazing fight scene. I'll give it that. But
I was even a fan of the ending. I mean, I wasn't a fan of the story of the ending, but the action sequence of it, and then finding out that he was like astrally projecting himself from another world. Like I thought that was pretty cool. And then he laid down and died, and I was like,
yeah, Luke Skywalker gone like that. Yep.
Yeah. So let's move on, man. I don't want to get my blood pumping, but so I want to talk about some movies that, for some reason, they're making. Nobody asked for these movies, like Detective Pikachu, bro. Like, why are they making this movie? I have no desire. I didn't ask for this. Okay, I'm a Pokemon fan.
I played. Come on, hey Julian.
Listen, I play every Pokemon game from Red and Blue to Let's Go Pikachu. Okay, every single one. I don't want to see this movie.
Me either. I'm gonna be there, but I don't want to see this.
No,
either.
I'm not. No, I'm not paying to see it. I'm not supporting it.
I feel like I have to. Like Pokemon is just too much a part of my childhood. And
oh no.
Even my current existence to just not see this movie. But
no, bro.
The Ryan Reynolds casting, that kind of bothers me. Like his voice is a staple as Deadpool.
Yes.
Hold on. I have a Ryan Reynolds impression. Can I do it real quick?
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, Deadpool impression. Oh, hold on. Hi, you guys. Yeah, Deadpool here. Yeah, okay, I'm done. Anyway, it was trash. Let me know. Okay.
Woo! Hey, that was the first impression. Let him know if it was trash, please.
I know it was. But anyway, his voice is already like, synonymous with Deadpool. So now you're gonna make him Pikachu? Like you could have chose any other voice actor. I love Ryan Reynolds, but I don't know. And this movie, it just looks weird. The animation style looks weird. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was interested to see how they brought some of the Pokemon to life, but some of them look awful. Like Charizard?
Yeah. It's like just a regular dragon.
Yeah.
Like what?
No, I'm not paying to see this movie. Mm-hmm. I am absolutely not. They need to understand that nobody wants to see this. Like I hope it flops so they don't make another one. Because if it makes a ton of money, they're just gonna make another one. Yeah. And I don't want that to happen. So I hope it flops. Another one is Sonic. Holy crap. Stop!
Wait, you saw the poster of the Sonic movie?
Yes.
Why is he like 6'5"? Like, is he a small forward? I'm confused. Like, why is Sonic?
He started for the Lakers.
Legs that long?
Dog,
yeah, I'm not excited for that one.
No, you know what? I'm done with that.
Okay.
Did you see 47 Meters Down?
No, I didn't. The Shark movie, right?
Yeah, the Shark movie. It came out 2 years ago. It was actually a decent movie. I watched it on Netflix. I didn't pay to see it. But I watched it on Netflix, so I guess I did pay. I mean, I played for Netflix. But for some reason, they're making a sequel to that movie.
For some reason. Wait, what's it going to be called?
47 Meters Down sequel. Like, that's what it's called.
A sequel? Like, okay. Yeah. Oh. That's the indicator that it's going to be really bad already. Like they know it's going to be bad.
Yeah. But listen, look. All the reason I say that is because the ending of 47 Meters Down, the original first movie, was a complete ending. Mm-hmm. Like there was no real leeway to make a second one. Mm-hmm. So I just don't understand what they're going to do because, like, why would the same girl go back down there? Like, I don't get it. Like I don't get what they're trying to do. So it just I don't want to see it.
Wait, okay. Speaking of Shark movie, did you see the Meg?
Yes, I saw it on a Delta flight. I liked it. It was pretty good.
Okay, never mind. I thought we were on the same page. We're not. Okay,
you didn't like it at all?
No.
Why not?
It was just stupid, bro. I'm sorry. It was just so stupid. Like the first Meg died, and then they ate the other Meg. And like,
I mean, it wasn't like Deep Blue Sea, but it was a decent movie.
Hold on, are you implying Deep Blue Sea was a great movie?
Yes, bro. Listen. I'm about to turn this podcast off. We're not doing this. Deep Blue Sea was a fantastic movie.
if LL Cool J is your co-star, it's never a fantastic movie.
Bruh, stop. LL Cool J is like one of the first black characters to survive a horror movie, and like it was great. It was scary.
So that within itself makes Deep Blue Sea great. No, like Deep Blue Sea is a cult classic among shark people fans. I guess shark fans of movies.
I like Deep Blue Sea better than Jaws.
Okay. Okay. If I ask him to you, I'd
Look,
sip it right
bro,
now.
listen.
Like sipping hard.
Jaws is overrated. Okay, when it came out, it was the first of its kind, which is why it made it didn't make a lot of money, but for its time, it made a whole bunch of money. The score, classic. The characters, classic. The movie's not that great.
The plot.
Yeah, like I didn't care for it. I didn't, and it came out in '75. So I mean, the effects that they could do at that time were only so great. I mean, they had an animatronic shark, but now they can make these super realistic computer generated sharks. I think they look better.
For all the Jaws fans, I'm about to vouch for y'all real quick. Okay. The reason why Jaws is a masterpiece is not because of the shark and the effects. It's more so because of the character motivations and how the characterizations of all the characters on that boat. It's a monster movie, but you care so much about everybody on that ship. You don't want them to die. And the shark represents our innate fear, and it's just
the sea itself.
Yeah, it's just thematically, it's just a great movie. And
and like I said, like
say Deep Blue Sea is better than that. It's like,
bro,
that's blasphemy.
Listen, if Deep Blue Sea came out before Jaws, then we wouldn't be having this conversation. But the reason why Jaws is so great, quote unquote, is because it was the first of its kind. That's the only reason that people like it. My opinion. Okay. But let's move off of that. So keep going with movies that nobody asked for. I'm gonna skip over the Happy Death Day crap because
I haven't seen the first one. I want to, so I'm gonna watch the first one.
Okay, then I won't spoil it for you. It was awful. The last one I have. No, I mean, see it for yourself and see what you think. But anyway, the last one I have on here, as far as I don't know why they're making this movie, is the Hellboy reboot.
Oh.
So like I saw the first. No, I'm sorry, I saw the first one.
Okay.
I didn't bother to see the second one because the first one was so awful.
What, you mean movie or a trailer?
The movie.
Movie was awful to you,
bro. Like I didn't care about this red devil guy, and when his horns grow, he's strong.
He's
like
the devil's son,
bro. That was garbage.
Oh my!
I was in there asleep. I was like, "What is this?"
Toro, him alone,
no.
Him being attached to a project alone should get you excited for it.
No.
Ron Perlman's portrayal as Hellboy is iconic.
No, listen.
The fans really petitioned for part 3. Like it was almost made based off the fans' love for that franchise alone.
Bruh, there are some things that just need to die. This movie is one of them. Okay. Hellboy. Listen, these are my own opinion, guys. I'm not a Hellboy fan. The movie didn't strike me. I wasn't a fan.
Okay.
But do you have anything left to say on that?
Yeah, Hellboy? I do actually. The reason why I'm not so hype about the new Hellboy reiteration is because it looks like
the same thing,
the same as the old one. So I guess that works for me and you. Like I'm a fan of the old one, so I don't want to see it done again because I rather just have Ron Perlman and Guillermo del Toro return.
Right.
And you weren't a fan of the old one, so you don't want to see it
again
because you weren't a fan of it. So it's like it's playing against itself. Like why would you make it so similar? If you're gonna make a new franchise of anything, you gotta make it starkly different.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But
so let's move on to some comedy / family movie. First of all, Secret Life of Pets 2. So the first one was surprisingly good, in my opinion. The first one was surprisingly good. I thought, and I know everybody likes to crap on Kevin Hart for some reason, but I thought he played a decent job as the bunny. I forget the kid bunny's name, but
I think it's Snowball. No,
Snowball. You're right. You're right. Okay. So I thought the first film was really good. I thought that the characters were believable. I thought the plot wasn't that bad. It was funny. Like it was a good little family movie, you know. And they're making a sequel because, of course, that's what happens when the first films are so successful.
Yep.
They're bound to make a sequel. Have you seen the first one, and are you planning to see the second one?
Seen the first one. It was just one of those meh movies to me. Like it was meh, bleh. Like I saw it. It's like Solo. Like Solo wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah,
it's not a great movie. It's not even a good movie. It exists.
Yeah,
that's not how I feel towards Secret Life of Pets. But I know it's harder for me to judge kids' movies these days because I'm getting older and I can't see it through the same lens as a child.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is why maybe I felt kind of way about Incredibles 2. I don't know. The critics loved it.
And I'm glad you bring that up because Incredibles 2 for me, I and I hate to say this, but I didn't like it.
At all.
No.
Wow. Okay.
And there was a lot of reasons why. One, because I did the thing that you do. I went in with my expectations sky high, and as the movie was going on, like it was going from a 10 to a 9 to a 8. Like it was just dropping. The things that killed me the most about the movie. And I'm not saying that it doesn't have anything redeemable about it. The Jack and Edna part, it was hilarious.
Hilarious, yeah.
It was hilarious.
The
But
raccoon and Jack.
yeah, but like yeah. But the ending where everybody's under mind control and all you have to do is take off, what was it, sunglasses?
You're right. That was by the numbers. Like
I was just
super
like,
generic,
what? Yeah,
super-
like
yeah.
I hated it. I hated
I
it.
definitely agree with that.
And I feel like they made Jack too powerful. Like he was straight OP.
He's like Thanos. Like,
yeah.
Like
he-
Jack Thanos. Who would win?
He
Comment
had
below.
no cap on his powers. He was just
Yeah.
doing everything. I'm just like, all right, listen, come on now.
Yeah.
But
No cap.
yeah, I was no cap. But yeah,
He had no cap. No cap.
yeah. Let me get off Incredibles. So another comedy family movie that's coming out this year is Kingsman 3. So
Wait, that's not a family movie. That's rated R.
well, I put it under comedy
Okay, comedy.
Yeah,
That's a comedy to you?
yeah. The movie's hilarious. Did you see the first two?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But I think call it a comedy is disrespectful. It's a spy movie first and foremost. With
I mean, but I'm about to say, like, it was funny.
with comedic elements. Because that's like calling. Okay, I'm sorry. Keep going.
That's like calling Guardians of the Galaxy 2 a comedy, which it was.
No, that's definitely fair.
Yeah, because that movie. You know what?
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah. So Kingsman 3. So the first Kingsman was so good.
So good.
Yeah, I was like so surprised. And then they made the second one, but they spoiled it in the previews that spoiler, I'm about to spoil it, that Harry is still alive. Because in the first Kingsman he gets shot in the head or in the eye, and apparently you can revive people from that in the spy world of Kingsman. So who knows where they're going to go with Kingsman 3. I do know that Eggert, whatever his name is,
Taron Egerton. I think he's a star in the making, honestly.
Yeah.
I think he's a star. I think he's a like Robin Hood was trash.
Boy,
Don't get me
oh
wrong,
my God.
But he held that movie together. Like Jamie Foxx did no justice to that movie. I was laughing every time he was on the screen. You can ask my girlfriend right here. I was literally laughing every time Jamie Foxx was on the screen.
So I didn't see the movie because I knew it was going to be awful. So was Jamie Foxx talking in an accent the whole
He
movie?
was, and I couldn't take him serious. And okay, this is just a random side note. This movie took place like in the early
Sure.
medieval days. They were wearing like 2019 clothes. It was so random. Like,
They were wearing what?
Like 2019 gear. Like,
Oh.
like they were wearing like
Jays?
like no, not Jay, but they were wearing like linen suits. No, they were wearing like tuxedos, and I'm like, what is
Whoa.
going on? Anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, back to Kingsman. Taron Egerton, I think he's the star in the making. I think he has the power to hold together a franchise. I'm excited for Kingsman 3. Like you, I thought Kingsman 2 was a misstep when it comes, because part 1 was just so like masterful to me.
Yeah.
In part 3 though, okay, so in part 1 took place in England.
Yes.
Part 2 America.
Yes.
Where do you think part 3 is going, if anywhere?
They'll probably bring it back to England. I mean, I think part 3 would be like a rebuilding because, I mean, the all of the agencies were destroyed in
Bold move, by
two.
the way, by the director. I'm not
Yeah.
allowed to do that.
Yeah. So I think that it'll be type of like a rebuilding. I think we'll see Taron Egerton. I cannot say this dude's name.
Egerton, I think.
Yeah, I think that we'll see his character take on a Harry role,
Okay.
and that they'll bring in somebody else as a Kingsman, maybe. That's just, I don't know. I mean, there's basically been nothing about the movie. It doesn't come out until December anyway, but I'm looking forward to it as far as movies that are like on my radar. And the last one I want to discuss in that kind of comedy family genre is the second Jumanji. So, did you see the first one?
I did.
You didn't like it? Bro, that job was hilarious.
I literally hated that movie.
Wow. Okay, so...
No, I know I'm in the minority when it comes to that. I know people loved it.
It was so funny, but again, my expectations were not to see a sequel, like a direct sequel to the original Jumanji movie.
Yeah, no, mine either.
Okay, because like a lot of people went in thinking that it was going to be a sequel to what Robin Williams did.
Yeah.
And I was trying to tell everybody, it's like, that's not what this is. This is like it's essentially a spinoff. I mean, they mentioned Robin Williams' character Alan in the film, but it's very briefly.
Yeah.
But I thought it was so funny. Like, I enjoyed the concept. Like, they get sucked into the game. They have 3 lives. They get to play as characters.
Yeah.
Like, The Rock and Kevin Hart are money. They are so funny together, in my opinion. it was great. I thought Jack Black playing a
Yeah, I thought
little girl.
I thought he did amazing.
Yeah, like it was so funny. Like I was cracking up. I was genuinely surprised by that movie.
My problem with that movie was the marketing. They gave away 90% of the funny parts in the trailers, and like trailers these days are really like getting on my nerves.
Yeah.
They're giving away way too much.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have enjoyed that movie, a lot more if I hadn't seen every funny moment coming already.
Right.
But yeah, like you said, the movie had all the materials for a great movie. The concept was great. You had The Rock, you got Kevin Hart, but for some reason it just wasn't executed well to me, in my opinion. It was just so like generic, and I hate like, mediocrity when it comes to film because I love film. I study film. Like I want to be in the film industry one day.
Yeah.
So I want everything just to be great, and if it's not, I'm tired of like accepting things that are mediocre. And just because it was mediocre, it's good. Like no, it's good if it's good. If it's mediocre, it's mediocre. No, if it's mediocre, it's bad at this point. Like,
Yeah.
And I know it made a lot of money. So part
$1 billion
to happen. So
yeah,
I'm gonna watch it too. So whatever.
I mean, you keep trying to crap on these movies. Like yeah, I'm gonna be there though.
Well, y'all have AMC Stubs Pass. I'm not sponsored by AMC to say that, but I do. So I'm gonna watch all these movies that I mentioned. So yeah.
Yeah, well, so the thing about the second Jumanji, which doesn't have a name at this point, is coming out in December as well. They're bringing back The Rock. They're bringing back Jack Black. They're bringing back Kevin Hart. I mean,
Karen Gillian.
Yeah, like they're like the original. Huh?
She's Nebula.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. Hey, listen. Hey.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, so I'm excited to see it because they're bringing those core guys back. Like they are what made the movie. Obviously, I mean,
Is Jonas coming back? Because
we don't know.
I'm not watching. I'm just playing.
We don't know. Hey, he went on Happily Ever After, so they rescue him. So I mean, he don't need to be back.
That's true.
But yeah, okay. So the last few things I want to discuss with you, man. We've been going for an hour. Wow. I want to get into some of the superhero movies that are coming out. I mean, obviously, superhero movies around the world at this point. There's freaking 6 or 7 every year. It seems like. I'll start with the MCU. So we already talked about Captain Marvel. We talked about Endgame, but directly after Endgame, Spider-Man: Far From Home. It's the first film after Endgame. We'll get to see all of the lasting effects from Endgame, if there are any. They've already released.
Be some lasting effects.
I know. I hope there's not. Don't say that. But they've already released a trailer at this point. We've seen Mysterio in the trailer. We've seen Spider-Man in the trailer, so hey, he's alive.
Spider-Man's in the trailer?
Whoa.
Is Spider-Man 2?
What?
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's alive, and so what are your thoughts about the film, and are you excited to see it at all?
Any MCU movie coming out, you can give me like
The Tick.
You can give me a Groot movie. Like no words. It's just like
I am Groot.
I'm watching that. Like I'm there first night. So yeah, I'm excited for Far From Home. I'm excited to see where Peter Parker and MJ's love high blossoms.
MJ, that's not Mary Jane.
Yeah, Zendaya.
Weird.
Yeah, it's whatever. But
what did you think about the reveal of Mysterio in the trailer?
Reveal in terms of like what? Like just him? Like him?
Yeah, like seeing him and seeing his character.
It looked dope because at first I was worried. Like Mysterio's power set is kind of lame. If you know what it is.
He's an illusionist,
He's basically just like the best special effects person in the world. So it's like, Spider-Man who can lift a car. What's going to be the difficulty there? But they're making him look really dope. So I'm excited. And you got Jake Gyllenhaal, one of the best working actors today.
Yeah.
So the MCU does a good job of casting like serious actors as like these characters that we grew up and loved growing up and stuff like that. So I'm excited for Far From Home. I feel like that was a bold choice to even release it this close to
Endgame
because like we know Spider-Man didn't like
die.
Of course we know that, but like the average person might not have known that. They're like,
right.
Spider-Man, okay, he's gonna live. So what do you think about Far From Home?
Yeah, so I'm excited to see it. I mean, I enjoy the concept because it means that they're believing in the continuity. Because Far From Home means that whatever happens in Endgame, I mean, obviously he died, so he's going to come back to life at some point. But the events of that movie affected him so greatly that he has to get away. And then that's going to be the story.
It's a field trip, Julie.
No, it's not.
The reason why he's far from home is in Europe because he's on a field trip. It said it in the trailer.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, God. I don't want to see this crap no more.
Hold on, time out. He thought the effects from Endgame were so drastic. He just said, I'm moving to Europe.
No, I didn't think he was moving.
Classmates.
I didn't think he was moving. I just thought that he was going. Like, I thought he was going to, like, clear my mind, find out who I am, I almost died trip.
With all his classmates?
I didn't realize that they were all there. All I saw was MJ. I didn't see
Thompson's in it from,
Oh, the little Indian kid.
Yeah.
I hate him as Flash, by the way.
Okay.
And the little fat Asian kid.
Wow.
I don't get his
Ned?
purpose.
You don't like Ned?
I mean, he's
like
funny.
Ned.
He had one of the funniest lines in Infinity War. Remember when they were on the bus? He was like,
yeah,
"We're all about to die."
Yeah.
But
I like Ned. No, okay.
yeah, I mean, he's okay.
You know his actual character name, he's the Hobgoblin in the comics. So if they
What? For real?
like Ned,
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the last name, but in the comics that's the Hobgoblin.
Oh, okay.
So if they go somewhere with that, ill. But anyway,
Yeah, ill. I'm about to say, what's he gonna do?
Hey man,
But yeah,
I'm here for Fat Hobgoblin.
so I mean, that's pretty much all the MCU for 2019. So going into the flip side of the DC universe, they're releasing Shazam. First of all, did you see Aquaman?
I've seen every comic book movie iteration that's ever existed.
Bro, I have to ask you for the podcast purposes,
Oh,
okay?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
Hated
So
it, but keep going. Actually, I didn't hate it. I hated it the first time I saw it again, and I liked it.
I was about to say, dang.
For what it was.
Yeah, but like I feel like we talked about this.
Yeah,
I mean, Aquaman was what it was. Like it wasn't meant to be it wasn't meant to be Avengers. Like it was a good movie. I liked it a lot. And the next movie in the DCU is Shazam. And Shazam is an interesting character because, quote unquote, he can rival Superman. He's not stronger than Superman.
Mm-hmm.
He's not on Superman's level, but he can give Superman problems.
So he's like Superman, but barely. I'm sorry. I had to say that. Keep going.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, I mean, I hope that they go in a good direction for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
From the previews that I've seen, it looks like they're taking it seriously with a little bit of comedy. Which
Really? It looks the opposite to me. Like it's just completely comedy.
well, that's just the previews.
With a
But
hint of seriousness.
yeah, but I don't want it to be an MCU movie where it's like a complete comedy and they're just cracking jokes. Like we talked about it a little earlier for like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I cannot stand that movie because they like every 5 minutes it's it's like stop it. I don't want Shazam to be that. One of the reasons why I appreciate the DCU films is because they are more serious and people hate that for some reason.
Well,
I like it.
It started off that way with Zack Snyder's vision, but lately they've gone towards the MCU route. Like Aquaman was,
Well, I mean, but that was the character he played in Justice League. He played some, I don't care what happens. I'm just here for the ride.
Even the
type
surrounding
character.
people around him, like Black Manta, whoever that guy is. If you're listening, you're not. Don't act again, please.
Dang, you didn't like him?
Even though you're in a movie that's tongue in cheek and it's aware of itself, it knows it's like you did terrible.
Really? Wow. I thought he
Horrible.
was pretty good as Black Manta.
Yeah. The Justice League was terrible.
What?
Terrible.
You're crazy. I thought Justice League was great.
I'm a huge DC fan. I love DC. So
Yeah.
to see those 6 iconic characters not done like if it would have followed the same trajectory of Batman vs Superman and Man of Steel, even though it wasn't received that well, of just that dark tone, you would have had a sense of continuity. But BVS was so dark, Man of Steel a darker tone, and then you go to this all of a sudden these bright. I mean, I know they switched directors with Zack Snyder and I forgot the guy's name, but yeah, the guy who directed the first Avengers. But it just the tone switch was just too much for me, and it was just corny. It was rushed. Like their camaraderie as a team just came together too quickly. I thought Justice League was terrible, and so did critics. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, critics don't know everything.
They don't know everything,
You know
but when but it counts for something. You can't say it doesn't count for anything.
Sure,
That
I
was
can.
the point.
I mean, I don't. So, like, one of the things that I do as well as lowering my expectations when I go to see a film, I avoid all critic reviews because
No,
those
same.
reviews.
I do that afterwards. Yeah.
I was about to say, like, those reviews can skew your whole opinion of a movie.
That's very true.
Like, you can go into a movie, and it gets a 5 out of 10, and you're like, man, this movie finna be trash, and like you won't even give it a chance.
Exactly.
So
You're right.
like,
You're right.
yeah, like I try not to listen to critics at all. To
So
be completely
you like
honest.
Justice League? Like you like that movie?
Yeah, I thought it was funny. I thought that it had a lot of action. I liked the characters.
Is it comparable to Avengers?
As far as like a film, I mean that's not a fair comparison. I mean, Avengers had 6 or 7 films in 5 years,
So
and
why
then
did-
Justice League had 3 in
So
2
why did
years.
DC feel the need to rush it then? That's what I'm saying.
Well,
It was-
yeah, but I mean that shouldn't be an indictment on the film. That should be an indictment on Warner Brothers. They're the ones that pushed the movie.
I'm saying, but they feel this need to like catch up to the MCU. You can just be your own thing. Like you don't have to be the MCU, which is turning into the MCU.
Yeah.
But
No, I agree.
I did hear recently that DC is like Warner Brothers is trying to like the world might not be connected anymore. You know, they just cast a new Batman, and they're saying that these solo stories might just be their own thing.
Yeah, they're making a Joker movie. It's coming out later this year.
Yeah, with Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have no idea who that is. That actor.
Really? He's a renowned like actor. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm gonna take your word for it. I mean, I'm gonna see the movie.
Yeah.
Like this is one of those times where we're gonna talk crap, but I'm gonna see the movie. I mean, I'm gonna give it a chance. I just I don't know. I don't know anything about him, but obviously Joker is such an iconic character, so it'll be interesting to see the story route they go. I mean, Ben Affleck is not gonna be the Batman anymore. They're looking for a new Batman. You know that there's rumors that Robert Pattinson is gonna be Batman. Robert Pattinson, for anyone that doesn't know, is the Edward Cullen from Twilight.
And from Harry Potter, he was
Cedric Diggory.
Cedric Diggory. That was a sad scene. Anyway, just real quick, just
Kill the spare. Okay, sorry.
Just for fun, if you could fan cast Batman right now, who are you choosing?
Oh boy,
I know it's a loaded question. But.
It is. Yeah, ooh.
Well, why you think? I think John Hamm would be a great Batman. You know who John Hamm is?
No.
Okay, look him up.
But see, and that's the thing. I don't want Batman to be some no name.
He's not
actor.
a no name. He's not a no name actor.
But if he was important enough, I would know who he is. So
I'm sorry, he's not Leo. But
that's what I'm saying. Like I want Batman to be a star, and like first of all, there's like these we should make Batman black. No, we shouldn't.
No,
he should not be
no
black.
Michael B. Jordan is Superman. No. If I see that one more time, I'm gonna kill myself.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. He should not be black. Okay. As much as I love Daniel Kaluuya, he better stay away from Batman. Okay.
Now that is a movie I literally wouldn't see, even if I had that.
No.
Like, I'm not watching that. I'm sorry.
No, God, no. That'd be awful.
Batman with hips? Come on now. I mean, I'm sorry. Daniel Kaluuya has hips for some reason. I don't know why. But keep going, Julian. He has hips. Okay.
Whoa. Oh man.
Yeah, that was. Right.
Man, we still got so many movies to get to. Oh God.
Oh.
Okay, last one in the superhero drama.
Yeah.
Genre. X-Men, Dark Phoenix. So the X-Men movies are just a cluster of continuity. Like there's essentially none really. And for the past few years, they've done younger X-Men characters with the Apocalypse movie, the Back to the Future movie, Days of Future Past, and now they're releasing Dark Phoenix, where essentially Jean Grey is going to obviously turn into the Phoenix, and she's going to kill everybody, like they did in X-Men: The Last Stand.
I was just about to say that, like based on the trailer.
Why are they making this movie?
Plot points is The Last Stand, but
I don't get it. I mean, I'm going to see it.
Yeah, duh.
But
opening night, be there. Yeah. Popcorn in hand.
But I don't want to see it. Like I have no interest in seeing this movie. I'm gonna be there, but I don't get it. Why? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, so did you see Apocalypse?
No, I didn't see Apocalypse. Yes, I saw Apocalypse.
Okay.
Hated it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I loved First Class. Loved Days of Future Past. Apocalypse, I don't know what it did.
I thought it was okay.
Now, however, just like I mentioned with Last Jedi, that like one good scene though was that scene with Magneto in the forest when they kill his daughter.
Oh man,
and he essentially becomes Magneto again. That scene right there is just like that's movies right there. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, I mean, and then I don't want to spend too much time on Dark Phoenix, but I mean, basically at the end of Apocalypse, I mean that's kind of how they won the fight because she unleashed some of her Phoenix power and helped them win. But I mean, Dark Phoenix is essentially an uncontrollable entity that is all powerful, which, like I said, they already showed in X-Men: The Last Stand. So I don't get where they're going with it. And continuity wise, it makes no sense because like that was in the future, and I don't know. Anyway, off of that.
Wait, hold on. You can't forget to mention Wonder Woman 84 though.
They pushed that back.
Oh, it's not 2019 anymore.
Yeah, they pushed it back to I think July of 2020.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, they I don't know if they had to do reshoots or if they couldn't get everybody in time or what, but they pushed it back. Okay. I was surprised to not see it when I was researching 19 movies. So,
wow. Gal Gadot, you fine, by the way.
Bay. So the last few movies I want to get into is just some action flicks. We can go through these relatively quickly. Yeah. Hobbs and Shaw. Oh my goodness, don't care.
What? I'm excited for that actually,
bro. I don't want to see a Fast and Furious spinoff.
These movies know what they are at this point. They know that they're just like stupid little
action movies that guys are gonna see.
Yeah, but like if it like movies that know what they are, I can appreciate. Like if you're a movie that's taking yourself serious but you're trash, then I can't appreciate you. But if you know you're like corny, like but you embrace that, I can get on board with that. And Idris Elba, I love him. He's coming on board.
Did you see the trailer?
Yeah, it looked really good to me. I like the trailer.
Why does he have powers? Like, is he Captain America? Like, what the heck? No, bro. Like, listen, it's so ridiculous at this point that you know.
But that's the whole appeal of it, like,
bro. Like, it can't get any more ridiculous than having powers.
Yes, you can.
What are they gonna go into space? Fast and Furious in space?
It's coming. Wait on it.
No, bro. Oh my god.
Just wait on it.
I mean, I'm gonna see it.
Okay, look at you. Okay.
But move on. So John Wick 3. I haven't seen any of the first two.
You're missing out.
But I haven't seen it because I'm a dog lover, and I know that his dog gets killed, and like that's a huge plot point, and I don't want to see it.
It's super like brief and like not even like a plot point like that really. It's like it's mostly just the action. Like it gets like the dog gets taken care of in the first like 10 minutes of the movie.
That's so sad. How did they kill the dog?
Watch it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not watching it.
No, please, no. John Wick is like one of the greatest action movies of this new generation. Like,
oh wow,
it's like, and like it's not even like so much the characterization or the plot. It's just more so like if you just want to see some cool stuff.
Is it? Like, would you put it on par with Taken, the first one? The rest of them were.
John Wick is better than Taken.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
1 and 2. Like they invented their own fighting style for these movies. It's called Gun Fu.
Okay.
Like where they incorporate guns with kung fu. It's just amazing. It's a great action. If you love action movies, you're gonna appreciate John Wick.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll give it a chance. For some reason, they're releasing another Terminator. So this Terminator, James Cameron's actually going to be involved. So that's good. He's producing the film, and it's set directly after. Well, not directly after, but it's the sequel to Terminator 2: Judgment Day. Mm-hmm. So 3, 4, 5, and 100 never happened, which is good. But I mean, Arnold is so old, man. Mm-hmm. He's not the Terminator anymore. No, he's not. I mean, the first two films are so iconic, and he looked the part, he acted the part, he was the Terminator. But
I have a sweet spot for part 3, but I know it's not revered as part 1.
No, I liked it too, but I mean,
but Genesis and Revelation,
yeah,
those can go to hell.
Yeah. Yeah, but and they're bringing Sarah Connor's character back, which that's interesting.
It's how Halloween-ish, right? Like they're bringing like direct reboot to an old movie, like
the old exactly
ladies coming back.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do about John Connor's character. I mean, he's he's the reason that Terminator exists. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting to see the casting choice and what they do with that. But yeah, Terminator could be good. Men in Black International, I have no desire to see.
What, really?
And then Godzilla, King of the Monsters. So
now, hold on. That trailer impressed me more than any trailer I've seen for 2019.
Really?
That Godzilla, King of Monsters trailer, like, that's how you do a trailer. Didn't give away too much. Mm-hmm. Showed exactly what I wanted to see. Mm-hmm. The build up, the score, the trailer score was like, that's like, I can't wait. And then when they finally do the Kong versus Godzilla, even though I see no way Kong can win, they're probably gonna like beef him up.
Well, I think I don't. So for anybody that doesn't know, Kong Skull Island, the first Godzilla that came out in 2014, they're all a part of a continuity. And in this movie, Godzilla King of the Monsters is the third installment of that. The plan is to do King Kong versus Godzilla. I hope that it's not necessarily the case because they're good guys, quote unquote, right? So I feel like they'll feud and then they'll have a greater evil to fight. Like I don't want to see them fight each other the whole movie. Yeah, my hope is that
there's no way King Kong can like
win, right? Yeah,
like based on what I've seen, based on the two installments that we've got already, like in the 2014 movie, Godzilla was like nuke proof, like literally like. They nuked him and it did nothing. Like, so what can King Kong do besides outsmart him? Which that's the route they're gonna have to take, I guess. But I'm sorry, keep going.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it, man. For the all the movies that are coming out in 2019. So just the last few questions. Which movies do you think can make some serious money? I mean, obviously Star Wars, Avengers, Toy Story, those movies are going to make the $1 billion. But are there any sleepers in your mind that could have a huge run?
Sleepers, no. Like you said, Endgame is gonna make money. I think, unfortunately, Jumanji 2 is gonna make a lot of money.
Family movie.
Sleeper hits, yeah, but sleeper when it comes to like, the money it brings in, I can't call it right now. It's gonna be one, but
I think Lion King is
is that really a sleeper though? Like people are anticipating this movie. Like Beyonce's in it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be the year of Disney.
Yeah.
I mean, Lion King, I feel like will make a lot of money. Toy Story is gonna make a lot of money. I think Aladdin will do pretty well too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Star Wars and MCU, all that's Disney.
Yeah, I mean, Disney, they have a monopoly on the business, like we talked about earlier.
How do you feel about Disney acquiring Deadpool and Fox and all that? Like, and also they made the decision to keep Deadpool 3 rated R.
Yeah, but so that's the thing. If they let the movie be what it is, I have no problem.
Mm-hmm.
But if they try to change it and squeeze it into something that it's not, that's when I'll have an issue.
Okay.
So as long as they let Deadpool be Deadpool, I don't care. I mean, I'm interested to see the X-Men and the Avengers in Avengers 35. I'm gonna still be watching.
Oh yes, sir.
So I mean, I think it's a good move because I hated the fact that we couldn't have X-Men, Fantastic Four, Avengers,
it's a
and
disservice.
Spider-Man. Yeah, like I want to be able to see them all together at some point. So I think this is a gateway to being able to do that.
Definitely.
And do you think that there's any movies that don't have a ton of hype that you think could be really good?
Yes, 2. The first one's coming out next week, I believe. Alita: Battle Angel.
Okay.
When I first saw the trailer for that, I was like, "Oh my god, what is this? It looks terrible."
Yeah, it looks like crap,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And I keep seeing the trailers, and I think it's something there. I think it's something substantial there. I think it's gonna be a sleeper hit, honestly. And the second one is this movie called Brightburn. Are you aware of this movie?
No.
Okay, so basically, this movie is a take on the Superman origin story. It's
Yeah.
a horror movie.
It's a horror movie with the little kid.
Yeah, so basically the tagline is, "What if Superman was evil?"
Right.
So these, farmers are raising this little boy who has the powers of Superman, so he can fly, strong, heat vision, all that. But he's evil, and they got to deal with that. That looks like that's gonna be a lot of fun. I think it's gonna be a super sleeper hit. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I have mixed emotions about it because it's Superman. Superman's such an iconic character, and obviously they're doing a different take on it where, like you said, the tagline is, "What if Superman was evil?" Whatever. If Superman was evil, then we're doomed. So, like, what's the movie going to be about? Like, if this kid is finna have flight, invulnerability, super strength, super speed, what are they going to do? Like, how are they going to beat this kid? And that's like a huge, I don't know, like, it seems like they're going to have some cheap plot point to beat him.
Okay.
And that's kind of why I'm not really looking forward to it. I mean, I hope you're right, but I feel like if it's going to be Superman.
I mean, we don't know if he has the exact powers. Like we don't know if his strength is like to the level of Superman.
Right.
We just know he's augmented strength. He can fly. So maybe, he's not as powered as Superman. Maybe he's defeatable by, standard methods.
By kryptonite. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, DC would have a lot of fun suing him with that.
And so earlier we talked a lot about some movie franchises. So what are some of your favorite movie franchises of all time?
Okay, MCU, Harry Potter, Star Wars. The 3.
Easy, yeah.
Easy 3. How about yours?
I mean, kind of similar. I mean, actually, they're right on.
Okay.
Harry Potter. I mean, Harry Potter is my all-time favorite book series, film installment, anything you name it.
How do you feel? I'm sorry, I know we're running a long time. How do you feel about Fantastic Beasts 2? Crimes of Grindelwald?
So the very first Fantastic Beasts, I was like, "What is this garbage?" I didn't like it.
I feel the exact same way. Most people have the opposite. Like they really liked, the first one, and the second one they couldn't get on board with. I'm like,
what?
I enjoyed Crimes of Grindelwald, even though most people didn't, and I wasn't a fan of the first one.
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't hate Fantastic Beasts, but I was just like,
why is it here? Why?
Newt Scamander, all these, and I don't care about these stupid mythical animals. And then when they made Crimes of Grindelwald, I thought it was really well done. Grindelwald was a beast in that movie, which I appreciated because he's supposed to be on par with Dumbledore. He cannot beat Dumbledore, which is evident by the duel they're going to have. But he's supposed to be up there with Dumbledore. He's supposed to be a challenge. So I liked how they made him look so strong. I mean, that beginning flight scene that they did,
Perfect.
that jump was
I was
crazy.
like, okay, so this is the movie I'm getting myself in.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really well done. I did think that they kind of they kind of tried to fit some plot points in there as far as that girl being Nagini.
Nagini, yeah.
I was just like,
I mean, to me that was dope. I can see how it wasn't needed. It's just more
yeah,
like
it was
they're
just one of those
trying
things.
to tie in.
Yeah, like I mean, I feel like if that part was cut out, it wouldn't have made the film any different. But that's just my opinion. I mean, I'm excited for the next one. I hope that the duel between Dumbledore and Grindelwald is as awesome as it's supposed to be. I'm ready for it, man. I'm hyped.
Yeah, me too.
I'm hyped. But yeah, so I mean, Harry Potter's my all-time favorite from film franchise. And then of course, the MCU and Star Wars. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that there's a lot of people with different favorites.
No, I know Lord of the Rings is like people love that. Like they love that.
Yeah.
I love Lord of the Rings too, but it's not in my top.
I mean, there's Lord of the Rings, there's the Fast and Furious franchise, there's the 007 franchise.
Mission Impossible franchise. I heard
Yeah.
Fallout is amazing. I still need to watch it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I keep meaning to watch it, but yeah, then things happen. Last question, man. With all the remakes and the reboots that go on, how do you honestly feel about them? Like, are you a fan of every reboot? Like, or do you just want things to be able to just die and just live in history?
I think things should definitely die and live in history, but I also think that there's a reboot is not always the end all. It was not always the devil.
Yeah.
Reboots can be they can be positive if you bring a cool concept to life that wasn't appreciated during its time, and you bring it back to life with a new take and a new spin. That's what a reboot. That should be the definition of what a reboot is. But so many times we see a popular franchise that doesn't need to be touched anymore because it was done right in its time, and it's being rebooted simply for monetary purposes. But I think you should only reboot something that was super cool in concept, but just wasn't executed well, that a new audience could appreciate. But when you're doing it for money, and you take away the creative aspect out of that, then I think that's where you lose. And what do you think?
More of the same. I mean, we talked about it earlier. I don't want to see anybody try to reboot like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like, I understand that reboots and remakes have their place in film. I just don't know if they're always necessary. So, I mean, hopefully they will let some things die, because to be honest, man, I was happy with the original Star Wars trilogy. Like, I wasn't really wanting for more. I mean, obviously I feel differently now because they're out, and I really, really liked 7. I didn't like 8, but I'm interested to see 9. But now they're doing the extra trilogy, and like I said, they're doing all these spin-off movies. I'm just like, bro, like just let it die. Like, it's okay.
Well, yeah, keep in mind too, like Disney has investments in this because long term, because they have a new Star Wars theme park. Like this is all like it's been planned out methodically for years.
It's all money.
Yeah, merchandise, all that. You gotta sell all that.
Yeah. All right, man.
Thank you,
Dang,
man.
we did a lot of time here.
Did a lot, yeah.
Yeah, man. I really appreciate you coming on. Before you leave, though, I do have a small challenge for you.
Oh, what could that be?
So I have a few theme songs prepared.
Okay.
They are from movies that you should have seen. They're all iconic songs.
Okay.
So I have a list here. I'm gonna run them off, and I'm gonna see if you can guess them.
Wait,
Okay.
these are songs?
Yes, they're just theme songs.
Oh, to movies?
Yeah.
Okay, like the theme score?
Yes.
Oh,
bro.
okay. A song, I mean, the soundtrack and the score is different. Okay, keep going.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Star Wars.
Let it build, bro. Let it build. It's not Star Wars.
Okay.
Let me skip ahead a little bit.
Oh, Lord of the Rings. No. Jurassic Park.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I was about to say,
Oh, that's
woo
embarrassing.
wee.
The Shire.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. Damn it.
Jaws.
Oh, okay. That was a lot quicker. Was worried about you for a second.
Don't do that.
Are you serious? Wow, he's struggling, guys.
This isn't Batman, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Look, that dun dun dun.
Okay, yeah,
That's
okay.
like
Yeah, so you
super
started
iconic. So I figured you would have killed that. Next one.
Black Panther?
What?
It sounded like oh, Mission Impossible.
What? It is a
James
spy
Bond?
movie.
James Bond?
Yes,
Okay,
James
okay.
Bond. What the heck?
This is embarrassing, y'all.
Yeah, this is embarrassing. Wow. I'm not gonna edit this either.
This
So.
whole podcast, I've been like, yeah, I just love movies. Movies are my life.
And I got a few more.
All right. Star Wars. Hold on.
This is pathetic.
Hold on.
I'm so sorry for all my audience. He should have gotten this.
Is that like Hercules, maybe? Wait, what is it?
Bro, you're being disrespectful, bro. Tell me the right answer. I know you know. Are you serious?
Avengers?
Okay. You're being facetious
Hold
at this
on.
point.
Oh, this sounds so familiar.
Wow.
What is it? It
This
sounds
is
so familiar.
Superman.
Oh, the Christopher Reeve
Yeah.
Superman? Okay, I'm sorry.
That's an iconic song. What? Wow.
I'm sorry.
Okay, guys. I'm sorry. You know what? I don't think I'm gonna do this anymore. No.
Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Okay, all right. I got 3 more.
Oh, this is okay. I'm scared. Star Wars.
Okay, so you're able to get that. Jeez.
If I get Star Wars every time, I'm bound to get one.
All right.
Halloween.
Okay. Strong. Okay, so I'm talking about. Last one.
Come on now. When God is yes. Come on now.
I love this song.
HP.
Yeah. Good
Prisoner of
stuff.
Azkaban is the best in the franchise, by the way. Just let y'all know. Side note.
I think it's the best book, but I don't know if it's the best movie.
It's the best movie.
Okay, guys, we're
Yep.
gonna end it there before we go
sir.
for another
Yes,
hour and a
sir.
half.
Yes,
Guys,
sir.
I really appreciate Mandala coming on.
Thank you,
Please
Julian.
remember
Oh,
to.
Side note, Julian, this is one of my favorite podcasts. New podcast out right now. Seriously, I watched all your episodes.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man. Keep doing your thing.
Remember to rate, like, and subscribe. We are on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify. Please leave a review. So by the way, I'm like terrible at plugging my own podcast. I always forget to do this. Rate, like, subscribe, and leave a comment, review. And thanks for listening, guys. Thank you. We're out of here.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to the Current Era Pod. I really appreciate all my listeners. I appreciate everybody that's subscribed. I appreciate everybody that's downloaded. This conversation I just had with Mandala was so fun. This is one of the reasons why I got into podcasting, just so I could have conversations with my friends, but so we could have conversations that mattered to us anyway. So thank you again, guys. Please rate, like, and subscribe. I am on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify. Thanks, guys.